Hi, my name is Oppong-Yeboah. If you are watching this video, it's probably curriculum night. That probably means that you are interested in your child's education and interested in what they are doing in my class. If you're watching this video, your child is probably enrolled in my English 11 class. They're either enrolled in it as a semester-long class where they are just taking English 11 with me, or they're enrolled in it as a year-long course where they are taking English 11 with me in the fall semester and following it up with AP Language and Composition in the spring semester. Either way, I want you to know that your child is in good hands. My goal this semester is to make sure that they get the most out of their education and that I and my co-teacher, if we are co-teaching a class together, make sure that your child is as prepared and supported and nurtured and cared for as they can be within the context of our school environment. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm going to start by showing you the video that I sent out to families at the beginning of the school year. So this is how students were introduced to me and introduced to the class.
Oh, hey! What are you doing there? You're a little early. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mr. Yeboah, and I guess you must be one of the students in my English 11 class. Awesome that you're here. I appreciate the initiative, and welcome. Like I said before, I will be your teacher this year for English 11. I look forward to getting to know you better over the year. A large part of why I became an English teacher is because I love words. I love the ability to be able to express myself through words. I love how we can use words to communicate about ourselves and about the world. And I'm really excited this year to work with you on learning how to better use your words. I hope that we can get to know each other. I hope that we can build a relationship. I hope that throughout the year, and it's going to be a wild year, like we're online, on the internet, on bandwidth. I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out together. There might be some challenges along the way, but I'm going to try my best, my very best Scout's honor, to be there for you and to support you in all the ways that I can. You should know that I'm a little bit of a goofball. I'm a little kooky, but I'm also someone who will set high expectations for you and try to help you meet those high expectations. I tend to be long-winded too, so I'm gonna try to wrap up here. I'm really excited to meet you. Like I said, I trust in you and believe in you, and I think you're gonna do well this year. Goodbye.
All right, so that was fun, right? It was a little goofy, but I'm a goofy person. I think I stated that in the video. And one thing that I really want to celebrate in my pedagogy and the way that I go about my teaching is goofiness and nerdiness. I think it's really cool to have an identity that is built around the things that we love, and for those things that we love to be, scholarly and also niche in ways that fit the little tiny idiosyncrasies that make us who we are. I have two more videos to show you, and then we'll wrap up for the night. The next one is just an overview of how to use the English 11 class website. So this is your go-to resource if you're wondering what we're doing in class, or if you have any questions, or if you're looking for ways to contact me. So that's coming up right now, and then I'll be back again. See you on the flip side. Hello again. This video is a tutorial of how to use the English 11 website. There are two ways to get to this. The first way is clicking on the link that is in the email that I'm sending out to you. The second way, if you see this little guy here, this character, this Bitmoji of me, if you ever click on it in my email signature, it will send you right to this homepage. So those are two easy ways. I recommend that once you get here, you star this page so you can come back to it. This is the hub for all my English 11 classes. Up top, these links just go to the Google Chrome translation extension. I am not fluent in all of these languages, unfortunately. But if you would like a kind of sloppy translation, but one that might help you access this website if there are language barriers, then you can click on any of these links. Below here, I keep important class announcements. The first one is just the meeting links for all of our classes. So they are attached here. So if you ever need to find the link for the class, I've emailed it to your calendar, so you should have it available there if you accept the invite. But also, and I'm speaking to students here, if you go to this website at any point, you can just click directly on the website link to go to our Zooms. The last thing is just our Google Classroom codes. Most of you are signed in and registered at this point, but these are the codes to get to my various classrooms. There's a little brief bio about who I am and where I've come up from, and then there is also in the little footer, that's the word for that, ways to contact me. So you have my email. This will take you to the contact info page. And then Remind is a sort of text messaging app that you can use to sort of message any teacher at CRLS, really. So these are the different tabs up top. The first one is contact info. So the best way to contact me is through email. Typically, I answer emails between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m., and I try to respond back to you within a 24-hour window. For quick back-to-back messaging, I recommend using the Remind app. You can find me there. And if you ever want to schedule like a phone conversation or a Zoom conference, email me. I have my calendar sort of attached below so you can see what my availability is on any given day. It'll usually just say busy for the times I'm in class or in meetings. So if you can find a time that is not booked, you can sort of try to arrange a meeting around that time. Over here in this tab is the daily agenda for each of my classes. This is super useful for any family members who want to keep track of what was accomplished in each class, what students are working on. You can click on the slides directly on the page. The one at top will always be for the most recent class session. So period 1, our last class session was on Thursday. And if you check here, you can see what we did that day in class, what's coming up, and then also what's due in the future. So on Monday, students are expected to read a page from this essay, read like a writer, and respond to the page and my annotations. And I have a link to the slides as well. Over here, you'll find the week at a glance document. I have not updated this yet for you all. The week at a glance is separated out by period as well. And it will basically tell you what my plan is for that particular week of school. So I have a planning document of my own where I sort of build out my curriculum for the entire semester. Actually, if you click just the week at a glance and not the period drop down, you can see my planning document. It's kind of messy though. It's like sort of convoluted, and it's not meant to be super easily understood by other people who are not in my brain. So the week at a glance document is like the simpler, more student friendly version of that. And it will be updated by Sunday night for you to see what's going on next week. The other thing that is here is the course documents page. Here we have two versions of the syllabus for you to peruse. The first version is meant to be student friendly. It is an interactive syllabus. What that means is that it is meant to be clicked around. So there are different topics, different sessions, contact information, the standards, what we'll read, what we'll write, homework, grades, and grading, tech tools, apps, and stuff. There is homework for caregivers, families, in topic number 7. You can find that. I would just like you to send an email back to me at some point within the next month or so. And then finally, once you've read through the syllabus and your student has read through the syllabus, you can sign in topic 8. So you can get to the different topics by just clicking these little tabs on the side. The caregiver homework is here, like I said, in topic number 7. If you're a parent or guardian, that's you. You're a caregiver. You give care. And then over here, you can sign the syllabus with your student, just acknowledging that you've read this document. And then here's the unabridged version of the syllabus, where I go into greater detail about everything related to the class. It is not mandatory that you read through this, but if you are looking for greater clarification on anything, that's the place to go. This tab over here is especially for students. A question I get consistently from them is something graded? And grading English assignments takes a good deal of time. But I try my best to give feedback in a timely manner so that students can implement that feedback. And so this page is my way of trying to stay accountable. So I'll always have the work assigned here on this page, the amount of work turned in by students, and then the work graded. And I'll probably update this weekly. So at the same time as I do the week at a glance document, usually like on a Sunday night, this will be up to date. This is an About Me page for students and for families. If you want to know a little bit more about who I am, where I come from, you can read about me here. And then if you go to more, under some important links, there are some of the tech tools, the apps that we'll be using over the course of our class. Okay, that is an overview of the website. If you click English 11, that will always take you to the homepage. Home, remember, you should bookmark the link, but if you ever lose it, you can always click my Bitmoji in the email signature. And then for students here, if you click in the banner, it'll take you directly to Google Classroom. I don't think you can see my tab for that right now, but that is a link to Google Classroom. Okay, I've talked for a while now. Hopefully you understand how to use the site. Once again, have a great weekend. Students, I will see you Monday. Families, I will probably see you on curriculum night, if not sooner. All right, bye. Have a great day. All right, last one, I promise, and then we are out of here. So now you know how to use the course website. I want to make sure to take a second and go over the syllabus with you. So you can find this on your own in the course documents section. If we click and then scroll, it'll load up right below. That was kind of a slant rhyme. That's fun. So once it loads up, you can make it full screen by clicking the square at the bottom. I'm going to go over how to use the syllabus. It's meant to be a document that you and your child can come back to if they have any questions about the class at any point this school year. So the class is English 11 to AP Language and Composition. Some students are taking the course year-long with me. Some students are only with me for a semester. Either way, they're in good hands, like I said. It's an interactive slide deck, not the class, but the syllabus. So it's meant to be clicked around. These are the different sections, and depending on what you are interested in on a given day, you can find your way to the topic of your choice. So we're going to go in order. The first section is just contact information. This is me, this is my name, and that's my email. If you want to get to the Google website for the class, which if you got here, I assume you already found it, you can click this link, and here's a link to Google Classroom. You can also always contact me through Remind. There's more info on that there. Topic 2 is just the standards of the class, right? English 11 and AP Language and Composition. The first semester of my class, which everyone is enrolled in right now, is English 11. So we're focusing on rhetorical situation, on claims and evidence, on reasoning, organization, and style. Basically, how to be better writers and how to think about the world we live in a way in which we are focused on, we are keen to, we are observant of rhetoric and how to communicate the most effectively for our purposes, and how to recognize when others are communicating to us effectively and ineffectively. So that is sort of the scope of this first semester. We're also obviously going to be doing some literary analysis, reading some books, thinking about the ideas presented in those books, and doing some writing of our own. If you want to deep dive into the standards we're going to be teaching in our class, you can click either of these documents to find them. And the next section is what we'll read. I really believe in literacy as a form of attaining freedom, right? And literacy has a history of being a crucial part of liberation struggles. So that is an emphasis for me, and it is how I approach my work as an educator. So we're going to be reading a play and a novel over the course of a semester, or this semester. We're going to be reading A Raisin in the Sun and Homegoing. We'll also look at short stories, short plays, some editorials, some media, some podcasts, and students will be engaged in independent reading that they can self-pace for. And at the end of the semester, we'll choose a book to read within a book club with their peers. For the AP Lang section, I won't dwell too long on this because not everyone is here for the full ride. Students will have a lot of choice in terms of what they read. They're going to be working on a project. I teach AP Lang as a project-based course. And for their project, students are thinking about something that they've never learned in school, but feel that they should have. And they are doing research to sort of fill that gap in their educational record. At the end of second semester, my AP Lang students will present their findings and propose a course that could take place at CRLS, where students could learn about the subject that they research. What we'll write. So here's a cool quote. Language is your closest ally, and if you align it with your desire for freedom, you will be able to live forever. Our words live long after us. So in terms of what we'll write in the class, we'll do some expository writing, some analytical writing, we'll do some creative writing, we'll do some reflective writing. Big takeaways for families, your students will write a for now, a draft of their college essay, which they may be able to use next year if they do end up feeling really successful after having written it. We spend a good deal of time sort of honing our writing craft. I want students to leave my class feeling solidified in their identity as writers. And then in AP Lang and Composition, we'll continue that work. They'll revise the college essays they wrote first semester. They'll work on editorials based on their research that they're doing throughout the semester. And we'll do some research-based writing as well. Grading and assessment, I try to keep it simple. I have found grades stressful in past moments, and so I try to simplify. Students will only receive 3 grades in my course, either a good, an okay, or a bad. I give each, for each assignment I give students, there is a criteria for success attached to that assignment. It is a checklist of things that they need to do in their work. If they do everything on that checklist, they'll get a 3 out of 3, which is a good. If they do some things but not others, they'll get a 2 out of 3, which is okay. And if they do barely anything that I've told them to do, they'll receive a 1 out of 3, which is bad. There's no excellent, there's no great. The only way to get a 0 is to not turn in work. The emphasis is on process, right? Writing is a continuous process where we learn and we grow and we reflect on our ideas. And then this is the breakdown for the percentages. I won't dwell on this. I think it's consistent throughout the school, but the categories are checking in, studentship, completion, and then content knowledge. Oh, and I should point out, if you want to hear more about my grading policy or read more about my grading policy, you can click on this link in the syllabus. At the end of the semester, students will do a revision portfolio. That's their chance to improve their grade and also to reflect on the work that they've done in my class. There are a bunch of tech tools that we'll use in the class. There's the website, there's Google Classroom, there's the unabridged syllabus, the weekly schedule document, the daily agenda slide deck, and these apps. There's a page on the website with info about each of them. You can also click on any of these to learn more about the various apps we'll use. These are not required, but these are some phone apps that might be useful to students and families as well. Last thing is a digital notebook template, which students know a lot about at this point in the class. The last thing is directed specifically at you. If you are a caregiver, if you have a child that's enrolled in my class, a student that's enrolled in my class, a scholar that's enrolled in my class, then I am speaking to you. This is a link to the homework. You can do it at any point, but I would like to hear about your child. So when you have the opportunity, just tell me a little bit about your child. Tell me a little bit about what I should know about them. You are the expert on them. It doesn't have to be long, but I would appreciate it if you took the time. Okay. That is pretty much it. We're done with the syllabus. I call this going through it. You can look through it in more detail on your own, but I think you are at the point where you could sign on to this. I feel that way. I don't know if you feel that way. And so once you're ready, you'll go to this Google form and you will fill it out with your student, and that will be our acknowledgement that we both tacitly agreed to me educating your child and to you being a part of my great English 11 family. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully I didn't go over the 10 minutes allotted me. I'm wishing you all a great night, and I look forward to getting to know you and your child over the course of this school year. Yeah, bye and good night.